The desert wind carried the smell of dust and danger that day. Eli Carter, a ranch cowboy from the edge of the Arizona Territory, was out riding the river flats when he heard the faint cry. A voice, sharp and desperate, cutting through the wind. He spurred his horse toward the sound. Down by the Rio Verde, he found a wagon overturned in the current. The reins trailed loose, the horse tangled and kicking. Clinging to a boulder midstream was a young Apache woman, her hands raw from fighting the current. Without thinking, Eli plunged his horse into the river, boots filling with icy water. "Hold on," he shouted over the roar. She met his eyes, fearless even then. "Go back, cowboy!" "The river wants blood today. Then it can take mine," he growled. The current slammed against them as he fought his way to her. With a rope and sheer grit, he pulled her free. They tumbled onto the bank, gasping, coughing up mud and water. For a long moment, neither spoke. Finally, she said, "You risked your life for me." "Why?" Eli shrugged, catching his breath. "Would have done it for anyone." She tilted her head, eyes narrowing like she could see through him. "No," she said. "You wouldn't?" "Not out here." He smiled faintly. "Maybe not. Guess today I did." She stood drenched but proud. "My name is Taya," she said, "and where I come from, a life saved means a bond that can't be broken." Eli tipped his hat. "Then I guess I'm in your debt, Taya." She smiled. "No, cowboy. You just don't know what you started." The hook for viewers: if that rescue scene grabbed your heart, hit like and subscribe, because what happens when gratitude turns to destiny will surprise you. The sun blazed high the next day. Eli rode toward his ranch with Taya following close behind on his spare horse. He meant only to give her food, water, and a place to rest before she headed home. But the desert had other plans. Bandits had raided the trail between the trading post and the Apache camp. Smoke curled from the horizon. When Taya saw it, her face hardened. "They'll think it was the settlers," she said. "Blood will answer blood. You must take me there before war begins." Eli didn't hesitate. "Then let's ride." By dusk, they reached the smoking remains of a supply wagon. No survivors, only footprints leading north. "This isn't your fight," she said quietly. "Maybe not," Eli replied, checking his rifle. "But leaving people behind never sat right with me." They followed the trail into the hills, moving through juniper and shadow until they found the raiders' camp. The standoff that followed was brief but fierce, gunfire cracking like thunder through the canyon. When it was over, the captives were freed, and the raiders fled into the dark. As the adrenaline faded, Taya turned to him. "You fight like a man who's lost too much already." He looked away. "Used to have a family once. Lost him to fever. After that, I just kept going." She stepped closer, studying him. "Then you understand why people need each other. A warrior, a wife, a friend. It's not weakness, cowboy. It's strength." He didn't answer, but something in her words lingered long after they rode back under the starlight. Days turned into weeks. The Apache camp was alive with rebuilding, and Taya's people watched Eli with cautious eyes. Some saw him as an intruder, others as a savior. When an elder accused him of meddling in tribal affairs, Taya stepped forward, face painted for ceremony. "He saved my life and stopped a war before it began. The spirits favor courage wherever it's found." That night, as they sat by the fire near Eli's cabin, the silence between them grew heavy with things unspoken. "You shouldn't stay," he said quietly. "Your people need you." Taya smiled faintly. "Maybe. But you need someone too. Someone who knows when to fight and when to listen. Someone who can see the storms before they come." Eli raised an eyebrow. "And you think that's you?" She met his gaze squarely. "You need a woman like me for a wife. Not for comfort, but for strength. A woman who'll keep you standing when the West tries to break you." Eli chuckled softly, but it wasn't mockery. It was awe. "That's a mighty bold thing to say." "It's the truth," she said. "And you already know it." He didn't answer, but the firelight danced between them, warm and alive, as if the desert itself was listening. Weeks later, word came of another raid, a misunderstanding that could ignite war again. Eli and Taya rode together at dawn, determined to broker peace before it was too late. When they reached the mesa, both sides were ready for blood. Taya dismounted first, standing between the lines. "Enough," she shouted. "The cowboy beside me fought to save your people. You call him enemy, but he's proved himself brother." The tension broke like a dry branch. Slowly, weapons lowered. The leaders spoke, and the fight dissolved into uneasy peace. By sundown, the two of them stood on the ridge, watching smoke curl harmlessly from campfires below. "You've got a way of changing fate," Ely said. Taya smiled. "Fate changes for those who act, not those who wait." He looked at her, the sun setting behind her shoulders. "You were right," he said quietly. "I did need someone like you." Her smile softened. "Then you've already found her." The desert wind swept around them, carrying the scent of mesquite and rain. Two riders side by side, heading west into a sky ablaze with color. Not husband and wife in the old sense, but partners, equals, bound by courage and destiny. From that day on, folks spoke of the cowboy and the Apache woman who rode together, bridging worlds the desert had tried to keep apart. If their story of courage and unity moved you, hit like and subscribe. More cinematic Wild West tales of honor, trust, and destiny are riding your way soon.